Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you all can hear me clearly. Thanks for joining us today in this webinar. I think we need to give probably a couple more minutes for others to join in. Okay, so in the meantime, while waiting for others, if you can see a QR code there on the screen. So if you wish to scan the QR code to actually visit our company website, so to actually understand more about who we are as well as the HR solution that we are providing. Okay. You may also wish to connect with me via LinkedIn. So I provided the URL link to my profile as well. Okay. There are still more people streaming in. So within this webinar platform, there is a web Q&A chat function at the side of your screen, I believe. So if you cannot hear me clearly or you are probably facing some technical issues, can't see the screen clearly, so feel free to drop us a text and our team is able to assist you. Actually, this Q&A chat function is also can be used during our Q&A session later on. So even throughout the whole session, if you do have any questions in mind, so feel free to just input inside there and I will be able to reply them during the Q&A session. Okay, there are still more people coming in. So other than the Q&A chat function there, so in the event, let's say you have any questions that you want to check with us offline, so feel free to, later in the slides, there will also be an email address that's in place inside. So feel free to drop us an email after the webinar also. Okay, just wait out for a couple more minutes first. Can see people are streaming in. For those that has just came in, allow me to say this again. So there is this Q&A chat function in the side of your screen. So feel free to input any questions there, any queries you have or any issues that you all would like us to talk about, any topics that you like to share across. Feel free to do that over in the Q&A chat function and we can address to it during the Q&A session. Alternatively, later in the slides, we also have our email addresses. So feel free to drop us an email if, let's say, you want to discuss any topics offline too. All right, probably let's start the session today. So let's begin today's webinar. Very good afternoon to everyone again. Thank you all for joining us today. Today, our topic is basically what you can see on the screen here. It's maximizing your talent potential through leveraging performance appraisal and learning management for effective succession planning. First, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Grace, and I'm an account manager within our company, HRIQ Dynamics. And I'm the presenter today for today's webinar. And this webinar will be very much focusing on what the topic or the title of this webinar is talking about, is the importance of effective succession planning and how advanced HR tools can help you and your organization accurately identify high potentials and tailor development programs to align with your organization's future leadership goals or needs. So I will try to not to keep this session too lengthy for you, but still keep it informative enough and insightful enough. I realize I'm a bit lagging in terms of the camera, so I'll just switch off my camera for now, so that to not affect the bandwidth. So hope that the screen can be, also the slides can be bigger for you for better viewing experience. Okay. So let me go to the next slide here. So first, allow me to give you some brief understanding of who we are as a company. Our company, we are called HRIQ Dynamics, and we have been in industry for 30 years already. We are specialized in the HR domain. So this HRIQ, this logo here that you are seeing, this is our HR solution. So it's a system that is entirely developed by us. As a company, we are also accredited as a Microsoft partner, certified ISO 27001. So in which we have policies, controls, procedures all set in place to ensure that our customer data is well protected with us. We also pride ourselves to have an in-house local support team. In other words, we do not outsource the support team. And in actual fact, all our support, or I would say all our teams, including the developers, the implementers, we are all part of HRIQ Dynamics. Okay. In terms of our customer base, we have more than 450 companies using HRIQ system. So their staff strength ranges from 100 headcounts to 10,000 headcounts in Singapore, and some because they are MNCs, so there's also others in there are other entities outside of Singapore as well. Actually, I do see some of our customers in today's webinar. Some familiar names are here. Okay. So as many of our customers do have business entities, as I mentioned just now, outside of Singapore. So in terms of user-wise, globally, we have about 80,000 users using HRIQ. Okay. So this is a chart showcasing what is within our integrated HRIQ solution. So you can see it as probably you can say the HRIQ core or some core HR processes and HRIQ talent. So in the HRIQ core section, there are HR operational processes such as the payroll, the leave, the claims, and probably time attendance. So these are the core operational processes. And in the talent component or talent portion, there will be talent development modules, such as talent and development, performance appraisal, talent assessment, and so on. So all this module within HRIQ, they are integrated. And the beauty of it is that our HRIQ solution is modular basis. So in a sense whereby you can pick and choose what your modules that you are looking for right now, and you can acquire it for the company. But maybe in the future, in the roadmap, there might be things that you want to consider. So the system is very scalable in a way whereby, say, just now as I mentioned, okay, in the roadmap, maybe you want to look at recruitment or maybe compliance tracking. So these are things that you can acquire maybe later on down the road, maybe 2-3 years down the road as well. So today, to begin our today's session, we will start off by exploring the common pitfalls and the critical importance of succession planning. So we will also be discussing on how to create proactive succession plan models that can prepare your organization for future leadership needs. And finally, we also will delve into how leveraging HR technology, like probably HRIQ, can actually enhance these processes and making them more efficient and data-driven. So on the surface, we all know succession planning is actually a strategy that businesses use to identify and develop future leaders within the organization. However, little time has been spent in fully understanding the importance of effective succession planning, as there can be some common pitfalls in this area. Let us probably first take a quick look into these common pitfalls first, in which you may also probably relate with. The sense of uncertainty. So current leaders may hesitate sharing about their future intentions, as this would be actually as this will actually result in uncertainty of his or her current role, as well as within the team or of course in the organization. Therefore, it is challenging to inspire internal, which is organization internal growth, when employees don't have the visibility of leadership opportunities within the organization. So this may result in scrambling to hire external candidates for the leadership role vacancy if that it appears. And instead of having the sufficient time to look inwards and nurture internal potential talent pipeline. Identifying internal potential talent pipeline should be based on objective factors. Without any specialized tools or matrix decisions, would then be actually based on objective factors such as personal preference or maybe numbers of service years of this employee or this staff. So this can complicate succession planning process and lead to biased outcomes. So retention challenges for potential successor. And you may have heard of trends like great resignations where people weren't satisfied with their work environment, or it could be actually based on or due to wage stagnation, limited career advancement, lack of benefits, etc. And even the more recent ones that you may heard of, which is quiet quitting, whereby employees are doing just the bare minimum requirements of their job without putting much time, effort, or enthusiasm. So employee retention could be a major barrier to actually effectively plan for succession within your business. Other than retention challenges, a well-structured succession plan includes developing individuals from the different backgrounds who can bring different experiences to the table. Gender disparity can be quite evident, especially in the male-dominated industries. However, as long as organizations, can take steps to foster and retain a diverse leadership pipeline, organization successions should be or could be a greater and of course a longer term. So many of you may have heard of the recent news that a female banker veteran will be succeeding the current DBS CEO in March 2025, which is next year. She will be the first DBS first female CEO, and her appointment is a accumulation of a decade-long succession process. As what we have mentioned at the start, succession planning is a strategy that businesses use to identify, develop future leaders within the organization. However, little time has been spent to fully understand the importance of effective succession plan and also how it can be carried out with strategic business objective in mind. Succession plan is the process of preparing for your future workforce and developing individuals to progress into critical roles. So proactive succession plan prepares your organization for what is next. So without developing any succession plan, your organization will also be left with questions such as, what is to happen as if an essential team members is to leave tomorrow, or what tasks are needed to be reassigned, what skills would the team be lacking now. Therefore, to avoid such uncertainty, preparation is needed, especially when you have a holistic view of your organization's future goal. When you have the right people in the right roles in the years to come, succession planning allows your organization to be more agile and future ready. And having said that, key knowledge, expertise can also be transferred rather than lost when the person or whoever that's in a critical role leaves. Succession planning also gives high potential and high performing employees a very clear career paths in in your organization. And having a structured approach to create a succession pipeline, your company stakeholders and investors will have more assurance that the business will be well taken care of in the long term. So HR has a critical role to play here in succession planning process. It's far beyond simply filling vacancies. So HR is instrumental in ensuring that the organization can adapt, evolve, and of course to continues to strive in the face of changing circumstances. So here, some are the key steps in developing proactive succession plan models, which I'll be sharing shortly here. So first, let me show here. So first, begin the process by identifying the key positions within your organization that are vital to its success. So these roles typically include executive positions, department heads, and other leadership roles that are crucial for maintaining business operations and striving strategic goals within the organization. Next is to evaluate the existing talent within the organization to identify employees with the potential to fill these critical roles in the future. This assessment should be considered factors such as performance, leadership qualities, and the ability to grow into more complex roles. After evaluating the existing talent, you may want to develop clear pathways for these high potential employees to advance within the organization. This includes defining skills, experience, and competencies required for each job or each leadership positions. Mapping out their development plan that guides the employees through necessary steps to achieve these qualifications. Looking from the employee's perspective, this type of clarity can give your employees more transparency into looking their own individual career paths and help to guide them actually in to futures or to series of futures options. Once the talent has been identified, targeted development programs can be introduced. These programs can be leadership training, mentoring, cross-functional assignments to prepare the potential successor for future roles. This program should be tailored to address the specific needs and growth areas of the individual. However, regular reviews are also required as succession plans should not be static. Changes in the organization's strategic goals, market conditions, and internal talent pool have to be reflected in the succession plan to ensure that the plan remains relevant and effective over time. Similarly, succession plan has to align with your organization long-term strategic objectives. For example, if your company has planned to open up a new market, this alignment ensures that the development of the future leaders supports the company's direction and growth path. Other than those identified potential leaders who are undergoing targeted development programs, a culture whereby continuous learning and development should also be actively encouraged across all levels of your organization. This culture not only prepares potential leaders, but also ensures that the entire workforce is engaged in this career growth concept and be ready to take on new challenges. To be able to make more informed succession planning decision, HR technology that provides data and analytics can be utilized to help identify potential talents, their gaps, and track the effectiveness of the development program. Let's talk about the technology, HR technology. So HR technology plays a crucial role in facilitating succession plan. But succession planning has to work hand in hand with other aspects such as talent assessment to identify the key potentials, training and development to track the learning plans based on the competency assessment, performance appraisal to regularly review the performance consistency of the potential. Let us deep dive into the different aspects within the process and how this HR technology can leverage to help your organization develop a more structured, data-driven approach in identifying and grooming your future leaders. A robust talent assessment process is essential for identifying high potential employees who are suitable for leadership roles. So within a HRIQ talent assessment system, configurable questionnaires, performance criteria, these are used to achieve an in-depth understanding of each individual's strengths and its areas. The related competency level of the different job roles can be set up based on the job requirements to ensure that the fair and unbiased talent assessment scoring, the manager's scorings, as well as the employee self-assessments can be moderated. Additionally, 9-box grid performance matrix will also be utilized to evaluate employees based on their current performance and potential. This can allow easy access on who are the key performer or consistent star, etc. So you are also able to generate out, talent profile to have a bird's eye view of the employee's information, such as the academic qualification, past performance rating, training records, potential assessments, as well as succession potentials. A key component in succession planning is ensuring that employees possess the necessary competencies for their future roles. So HRIQ training and development management module here provides a structured web-enabled framework that enables your HR as a HR administrator to define competency criteria that's linked to the different job descriptions or job roles. And this will be managed, and this is to also manage the training programs that is designed to develop the skills required for the various roles. This ensures employees at different levels of the organizations are receiving the appropriate training. So each competency is then mapped to the relevant training costs, which are then tracked and evaluated to ensure that the employees are progressing towards their competency goals. With having learning needs analysis, sometimes you also call it L&A, within a system, employees are able to know what their skill gaps are and state their interest in the related courses. HRIQ training and development management system also enables organizations to effectively manage training costs, including also the subsidies, and also to track budget utilization, etc. The system also provides feedback mechanisms and post-training evaluation to assess the effectiveness of each course, ensuring that their training objectives align with the competency development and performance improvements as evaluated by their supervisors. As for our HRIQ performance appraisal management, it offers a comprehensive e-appraisal system that plays a critical role in tracking the progress of the employees who are part of the succession plan. The system enables organization to set up configurable performance appraisal template that is catered to specific job roles, departments, or even organizational needs. So the flexibility ensures that performance reviews are aligned with the organization's succession goals. The e-appraisal systems allow employees to conduct self-appraisal using HRIQ's HRIQ's or HR administrators' predefined templates, which are then routed to their direct managers for reviews and approval. The system also ensures transparency by providing access to relevant employee data, such as the training records, the past performance reviews, to both the managers and the employees. So this information enhance the appraisal process by making it more data-driven and objective, leading to a fairer evaluation as well. The final appraisal scores are also automatically calculated, logged, and stored as part of the employee's performance history. So this seamless integration with the succession planning between the other modules, this enables the continuous monitoring of the performance and the readiness of the high potential employees, ensuring that only those who meet the benchmark goals are considered for leadership roles. And in our HRIQ succession planning module, it's actually designed to ensure that business continuity is there by identifying and developing talent pool that's capable of stepping into these key roles. So the system compares the existing competencies and skills of the potential successor with the capabilities that's required by the critical positions within the organization. This process enables HR to identify the roles, identify and groom the best candidates to fill the future leadership roles. And let me go to the next slide first. So the succession planning here systems offers a streamlined approach by setting timelines for the development of the potential successors and ensuring that they are ready to step into the new roles when it's needed. To further ensure that the success of this succession process, the system also tracks the performance as well as the competency achievements of potential candidates against the established benchmark. So by integrating HRIQ's performance management and the training management, the organization can monitor the performance of the identified successor, track the learning journey, and ensure that they are acquiring the necessary skills and experiences for their future roles. These integrations helps align employees' development with the organization roles, ensuring that leadership transition is smooth and well managed. By leveraging these advanced HR technologies, organizations like yours can actually take a proactive and strategic approach to succession planning. So here are some benefits that we would like to highlight. So with the use of data-driven assessment tools, there will be more improved objectivity to ensure that the talent identification is based on performance metrics and competencies rather than objective opinions. Automated systems can streamline the succession planning process, increasing the efficiency as well as reducing administrative burden on HR teams. This ensures that the key tasks such as assessments, training and management, and performance appraisal are all handled efficiently. Within the integrated training and development system, organization can provide targeted training programs that's aligned with the succession plan. So this will actually ensure that the high potential employees are constantly or continuously developing the skills that is needed for their future leadership roles. Lastly, the availability of the performance data, the self-assessments, and transparent evaluation criteria makes the appraisal and the succession planning process more fair and inclusive, and supporting diversity and inclusion efforts too. So HR technology provides the organizations with the tools you need to develop a strong and sustainable leadership pipeline so as to ensure that the long-term success as well as the resilience of the business. So in this slide here, you can see having a fully integrated HRMS that will actually have a seamless data flow between the operational and the talent processes. This allows HR teams to make more informed and strategic decisions. Organization will also gain greater visibility into the workforce trends, skill gaps, and succession readiness. So employees will have a better employee experience as well through the simplified access of the training, the performance feedback, and career development opportunities. Okay. So we have come to the end of our sharing session today. So thank you all for taking the time to join our webinar today. I hope this session it was able to give you a very high level understanding of the importance of succession planning and how HR technology like HRIQ can be able to maximize your talent potentials as well. So we are now open to the floor in the event if let's say you have any questions. So feel free to actually drop in the Q&A function or chat function there that is located, I believe, at the side of your screen. Okay. Let me go to the next slide here. Okay. So alternatively, feel free to drop us an email via the contact details that I'm showing here. So you can also scan the QR code there that actually to help to save my contact details. There's also a QR code to our company website. And that QR code is actually to the other webinars that we have previously conducted. So maybe there might be some webinars, other sharing sessions that you would be interested as well. Okay. I will take a step here for the next, the previous slide to show what are the other things inside our HRIQ solution. I know some of you are our customers, so in the event if you are interested in other modules that you have not acquired, feel free to reach out to us. Then we can actually share with you more. Some customers, or if let's say you are not our HRIQ users yet, feel free to also reach out to us if let's say you are interested in some particular modules. So today we briefly mentioned about certain things of our succession planning, talent assessment, which actually falls under our talent development component. Okay, once again, I'm showing the slide on our contact details. So feel free to drop us an email if let's say you have any questions in mind. Okay, once again, thank you all for joining us today. So we hope to see you all in our next webinar again. Okay. All right. So with that, thank you.